Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to be doing kind of like a really fun video because we're currently in the dead of winter here in Canada at least, and we're very quickly approaching the Arctic tundra, as I like to call it, when it drops down to almost -40, at least where I grew up in Ottawa, and I know Montreal does get really cold. A couple of years ago we were there and it was -40 and it was not great being outdoors. I literally felt like I was going to get frostbite. Here in the GTA region though, it doesn't get that cold, albeit there are some days where it gets like -25, -30. So I'm here to help you guys figure out how to stay warm in the winter and how to look chic while doing it, because you know what? I find that I often just gravitate towards my puffers to stay warm, which albeit, yes, they do keep me warm, but sometimes I still want to look cute and you don't want to just look like a polar bear being bundled up 24/7. Being a Canadian, there definitely is an art to staying warm in the winter. You definitely can look cute and fashionable when getting dressed to go outside. So I'm going to share you all my tips and tricks and advice on how to do it after living here for 30 plus years. I've been around a little bit around the sun, I've been living here my entire life, so I think I've got it nailed down. I have spent many a years taking public transit, waiting outside in the freaking cold, especially when I was a university student, for like hours for buses to take me home from school. So I think I've nailed down the art, and I'm going to share with you all of my secrets so that you guys can also look super trendy and chic and stylish for the winter without, looking like your Michelin man 24/7. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. So what I want to do is share some of my tips and tricks, and then I'm going to go into 5 stylish wintry outfits that you can kind of pull together easily with stuff you already have in your closet, so you don't have to reshop and buy new things. Because as you know, the more we can reduce, reuse, and recycle our clothing, the better it is for the environment and for our wallets. So yeah, I'm going to share with you my tips, starting with number 1, layering. Layering is going to be the key to staying warm in the Canadian winters. Number 1, you're going to be going from the outside harsh cold conditions, which can sometimes go down to like -40, -50 degrees, to being indoors where it's heated and it's ambient room temperature. I don't know what that is where you are, like anywhere from 16 to 20 degrees. That is a huge jump. You're going to sweat if you're not layering properly and you don't give yourself the appropriate layers to take on and off so that you can adjust from cold to hyper warm. Tip number 2 is fabrics to watch out for. When it comes to the wintertime, you have to be very specific with what types of fabric that you're going to be using, and it's quite important that you're focusing on fabrics that are not only natural, because they definitely help to insulate heat a lot better, but ones that are soft and also very fluffy, if that makes sense. Some of my favorites are going to be natural wools like merino, alpaca, and camel, and also cashmere as well. All those are really nice, thick, fluffy knits. Unfortunately, some of them do have the reputation of being a little bit itchy on your skin, so we will dive more into that later as to how to counteract that. But yes, fabrics are a huge key. And then tip number 3 is base layering. I know I already mentioned layering before. That is a craft of its own, but base layering is also very important. And if you are a true Canadian, then you'll know how important it is to have a set of base layers in your closet at home. And by that, I mean like really nice turtlenecks, leggings, thin socks, and then thicker, fluffier socks. So I think those are the 3 main tips when it comes to dressing warm and staying chic in Canada, or just in winter in general, wherever you go. Now let's just jump right into the outfits that I've created. Okay, I realize I'm going to start off by kind of touching base on the base layering before I go directly into the outfits. All of these outfits actually require a base layer that I'm going to share with you guys, and you can ultimately change this depending on what you have at home and what's available to you, but these are kind of like my must-haves anytime I'm thinking of putting together a winter outfit that's going to keep me warm if I'm going to be going outside. So first off, like I mentioned, leggings. It is imperative that you have a very warm pair of leggings at any time in the winter. Stock up, get like 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, however many you need to constantly have them in your rotation so that you are staying warm. There's nothing wrong with wearing like long johns or leggings or tights underneath your pants. Extra layer is going to give you so much more warmth, and it's really great right now that looser pants are kind of more in style, so it's a little bit more comfortable for you to wear these leggings underneath them. I cannot tell you how thick and unbearable it was to wear my leggings and skinny jeans back when I was in university. It was so tight and very uncomfortable, but it definitely kept me warm. So I did it. I sacrificed comfort for, I guess, practicality, which was warmth. But you know what? Albeit I probably could have just worn looser pants back then, but you know what? I didn't really want to sacrifice fashion, so there's that. So I do have fleece leggings. Those are currently in the wash, so I can't show you those ones, but stock up on those. I'm gonna link some of my favorite ones down below so you guys can get them too. It doesn't really matter which color you get. If you are the type of person who likes to wear leggings on their own as its own individual layer, then yeah, maybe get like a black pair. But if you're planning on wearing them underneath pants, that you already have, then maybe you can go out there a little bit more and find some funner colors or patterns, or you don't have to really prioritize the color and just get whichever one's the cheapest as long as it's warm. On not the coldest days, but colder and chillier days, I just pick out any pair of leggings that I have already. Sometimes it's like my workout leggings, sometimes they're my yoga leggings. Current ones that I've been gravitating towards are my airy crossover ones. I don't know why, these ones are just like really stretchy and comfortable, and it's a thin layer. The thing with layering is that you don't want anything that's too thick and bulky, so I like to gravitate more towards like my thinner workout leggings to wear underneath my pants. It's also a little bit more freeing and relaxing if you're going to be wearing tighter pants on top of these. So yes, you can stock up on fleecy ones if you want to wear them solo on their own to give that extra warmth and cuddliness underneath your pants, or get thin workout ones like these and layer them underneath your pants for comfort and to give yourself the room to move around and still be warm. Next up, for the top base layers, I actually like to use two. So I guess start off with whichever bra you're currently wearing if you do wear one, and then I like to throw on a tank top, nice thin one. You don't want anything too bulky. When you're doing base layers, you want them to be nice and thin so that you can layer other pieces on top without feeling too thick. This is one of my favorite ones from Aritzia. This is by the line Sunday Best. It's really thin. It's also cropped too because my leggings are usually high-waisted, so they meet right in the middle, which is a great point of intersection, I guess. These are my tank tops. I have a couple of these ones, and then directly over top of my tank top, that's where I like to layer a turtleneck. Most of the time when I'm going out, I'm usually wearing a scarf anyway, so even if I'm not wearing a turtleneck, my neck is going to be covered regardless. I'm the type of person who doesn't like feeling that breeze going down their chest. You know what I mean? Like when you have an open jacket and the wind just goes down, like, not comfortable. So I almost always wear a turtleneck on top of my tank top, and then I throw the sweater on top. It's also like a really cute layering look when you have your turtleneck peeking out over top of a crew neck sweater. I don't know, I just really like it. Looks very collegiate, looks very 90s Diana, so I'm here for it. But yes, in the wintertime, I always rely on my trusty turtlenecks as a quintessential layering piece, and I have them in like a myriad of colors. I have like a white, red, beige, brown, silver, black, navy blue, like a ton of them because I wear them all the time. So cannot get away with not having these. This is another layering hack that I like to use that I actually picked up from skating when I used to figure skate as a youngin'. I don't figure skate anymore. It's been many decades, 2 decades? I don't know how long it was. I probably was in my like mid-teens when I quit. But layering your socks. So as you probably know, if you venture to Ottawa or Montreal, your toes are going to freeze really quickly, and nobody wants frostbite on their feet when they're venturing outdoors in the winter. So the key is layering your socks, but the key too is to having socks of different textures. So not only does it keep your feet warm, but soft and cozy, and also allowing yourself to have some space to breathe. You don't want your socks to be stuffed into your boots and for them to be so tight that there's no room to wiggle your feet. What you're actually trying to achieve is creating those little pockets of air in your shoes, and those pockets of air will warm up from your body heat and thus will kind of like insulate your feet. I know it sounds really weird, but like trust me, the science behind it, I don't know where it comes from, but it just works. And I picked up this hack from figure skating when my feet would freeze after spending hours and hours on the ice, and then my coach told me, you know what, layer your socks together, create little bubbles of air in your boots so that you can get warmth. I tried it, it works. So now I use it for my winter boots every day in the wintertime. So what I like to do actually is ankle socks, so it's not too much stuff on my calves, it doesn't feel overly compressed. And then I throw on a pair of fuzzy socks just for like added warmth. And when I pull these over top of my ankle socks, it also gives me some warmth in the calf as well, but it's not too compressed. Whereas if I had like two of the tubey parts on my calves, it'd be really, really tight, because then you also have your boots going on top of your calves too, and that's just too much. So ankle socks and then fuzzy socks, and then on my boots go on days where I have tighter boots, because I do wear my Bottegas out in the winter time. I actually resort to wearing my cashmere socks instead, because cashmere is such a great insulator for heat, and they're nice and long, gives me lots of coverage on my calf so that I don't get cold, and they're also really silky for some reason against the leather. I find that my Bottega boots have a tendency to pull down my ankle socks if they don't go above my ankle, so I do need something that will anchor it by going up to my calf. And I can't really wear these fuzzy socks because they're way too thick, and it just makes it feel really constricted around the calf area. So I actually prefer my thin cashmere ones, because not only does it check off the warmth of the material of the wool, but it's also super thin, and it helps me to slide my feet into the boots without them sticking. So yeah, these are my essential layering like base pieces. Now we're gonna jump into the outfits. For outfit number one, we're gonna start off with something very simple, and I kind of wanted to feature different jackets more or less for this, because I feel like everybody has like a set jacket that they wear in the winter time, and you have a lot more stuff to rotate with when it comes to your closet and your wardrobe of what you're wearing underneath. So for number one, we're gonna be talking about the puffer jacket. So as you guys know, I've definitely mentioned it before, and I've kind of shared it in like the 5 must-have winter jackets series. You can click down below. I'll include it in the description box. But puffer jackets are my favorite. This is a new one for this year. This is from Soya and Kyo. Can't really hold it up because it is massive, and it's kind of hard for me to show you the entire jacket on camera, but you'll see in the cutaway, it's nice and puffy, it's beige, it's a neutral. I love it. Chef's kiss. So when it comes to puffer jackets, they tend to keep you really, really warm. And I like throwing these jackets on like really casual outfits. If I'm just running errands, walking the dog, going to the post office, picking up groceries, that sort of thing. Something where I don't really feel like I need to like layer up. And since I'm not spending like too much time outside, if we're gonna be going in and out of the car frequently, that's about it, then that's when I reach for my puffer jacket. Albeit I do wear this on like really warm days when I go out and spend a lot of time outdoors too, because it's hyper warm. But when it comes to this, it's easier for me to get away with very simple outfits underneath and not have to go through like the mental math of trying to create like the perfect layering outfit, because this keeps me so freaking warm. So here's what I wear underneath my puffer jackets if I still want to look cute for the winter. We're gonna start off with step number 1 on the top, obviously your tank top. So this one goes on first. And then step number 2, we are going to put on a turtleneck. For this outfit, I want it to be like an all black one to kind of give the puffer a moment to shine. So I have this black tank top that I believe I got from Muji, I think, or Uniqlo. I can't remember, one of the two. It's very, very warm. It keeps me super cozy in the wintertime, and layered over the tank top, I feel like I have more than enough warmth underneath that jacket. And then next are going to be my pants. As you guys know, I like to wear my leggings. Since this puffer is actually quite long, it doesn't really make me feel cold with... Since the puffer is really long, it actually covers the legs quite a bit, and I don't get cold when I'm wearing these. So I am very confident that I'm going to stay warm with just these leggings on. And then to top it all off, I have a matching pair of moon boots. So these are my taupey metallic colored moon boots that I like to wear with my puffer jacket. Like I said, these are really tall and the puffer jacket is really long, so they kind of actually overlap a little bit. And I'm really never cold whenever I wear this combination together, even if I'm only wearing leggings underneath. Obviously, with these boots, there's a lot of space inside. They are essentially just like a giant tube of insulation, and it surprisingly keeps you extremely warm. I've actually been wearing my moon boots a lot to walk Kobe recently, because especially nighttime when the temperature drops, boy is it freezing. So yes, moon boots all the way. And then I also do the layering technique with the socks, ankle socks, and then fuzzy socks to keep the ankle socks upwards. And then when I throw these on, everything is perfect and I'm very cozy. So that is outfit number 1, how to style a puffer to make yourself look really cute. Obviously, you can throw on the additional mitts and hats as well to keep yourself warm. I don't really use a scarf when it comes to puffers, just because I find that there's already so much bulk going on with this outfit that I kind of just stay away from that. And honestly, if I just zip the puffer all the way up to the top, and if I'm really cold, I just snap the hood on over my face, then I am solid for the winter. So that is outfit number 1 of how to dress chic but warm for the winter time. Outfit number 2 is probably one of my favorites thus far, and I've been wearing it a lot, and that features an oversized overcoat. I hope that makes sense. I have this beige one from Nasty Gal. It is massive, and it's kind of like a menswear inspired peacoat overcoat type of situation. It has double-breasted buttons going down the front, and it also has these shoulder little lapels going on here. Super warm, a very thick and dense material of wool. Even though it doesn't have a wraparound belt, the double-breasted buttons are more than enough to keep me warm. And I want to share with you how I layer my pieces underneath this to stay super, super warm in the winter, because I know some of you are going to come from me and you're going to say, Vic, that overcoat is definitely no way possible warm enough for Canadian winters. Trust me, I make it work. I'm going to show you how, so that you don't have to sacrifice your overcoats, so that you don't have to feel like you can only wear them in the fall and the springtime. So first up, as always, on the top, your little quintessential tank top right there. And then for this outfit, since the overcoat is a beige, I wanted a monotone look underneath. So again, I went for the black turtleneck. Here it is, very simple. And then over top of that, I'm actually going to be pairing it with a pullover hoodie. This one's just like a simple black one from Macaj. I love it. Really thick, warm, super cozy. It also gives me a hood that I can pull over my head, since that jacket does not come with a hood. You know, you want extra layers whenever possible. I don't always really wear hats, so anytime I have a hood that I can just throw up quickly, perfect. I don't have to worry about losing a hat somewhere, because God forbid I lose my hats and mittens all the time, and I can't afford to just keep buying them to lose them. So yes, I throw this hoodie over top to keep me nice and warm, and that's now 3 layers on the top. And then for the bottom, I like to, again, go in with my leggings as number 1, and then you're gonna layer over top of that the matching pair of sweatpants. So I have the matching Macaj sweatpants underneath. These are black as well. They're very thick, and they also are kind of cuffed at the bottom, so you do definitely want to have warm socks because you don't want to have your ankles exposed. The terror of exposed ankles. I'm just kidding. In this situation, it's just because you don't want to get cold. Between the leggings and this, my legs are going to be super, super, super duper warm. And then another trick to say like super warm is to seal off any exposed skin. So what you're going to do is you're going to throw on your ankle socks first, as always. You're going to have your leggings on already. And then what you're going to want to do after that is pull on your fuzzy socks and pull them over your leggings so that you're kind of creating a barrier of like overlap between there. And then when you throw on your sweatpants, you're also going to pull these down over top of your fuzzy socks. So now you have like twice the barrier of overlapping around your ankles, and you're definitely not gonna get cold at all. And then to finish off the look, because I heard that Uggs are trendy again for some reason, you're gonna grab your mini Uggs. These are super warm, very comfy. I wouldn't necessarily recommend wearing these on a wet winter day because they're suede. So if they do get wet, you will probably have cold feet. So wear these on a colder day. And they also are shearling lined, so super duper warm. Please do not comment on these. I know there's a hole in my Uggs. They look disgusting. These are my tried and true pair of Uggs that I've had for the past 5 to 6 years. I love them. I've always been an Ugg fan, even when they were not popular. And now that they're trendy again, I'm just like, yes, I can wear them everywhere as I always have in the wintertime. I feel like you're walking on clouds, so I'm very glad I never threw these out. But they do have a hole, so I either have to consider getting them repaired somehow. I don't know if I can go to a cobbler to do that or getting myself a new pair, but I love them so much and they're still so comfortable, which is why I can't bear to throw them away. I like to finish this outfit with a pair of mini Uggs since they look really cute and they're on trend right now. And with the cuffed in sweatpants at the bottom, it just creates that like perfect little ankle look. So yes, this whole thing put together is ideal. You can obviously, again, like I said, wear mitts and a hat if you want to. And if you want a scarf, you can. But when it comes to jackets with hoods, again, I don't really wear a scarf just because it gets a little bit bulky, but I do keep one handy since it is a thinner-ish jacket compared to the puffer. Although I find that once I have like these 3 layers on and my jacket, wow, that's like 4 layers on my chest now at that point. I am more than enough warm, so just like an extra toque if I really want it, and mittens is more than enough for me. And if you want to wear a scarf, then I usually just bring a monotonal similar color one to the jacket since the outfit itself is already all black, and then yeah, that's it, you're ready to go. Outfit number 3 is definitely for the slightly not so frigid winter days, but I think personally myself, because I've tested it and it's definitely more than warm enough for me, you can get away with wearing this on one of those like minus 30-degree days, and it's gonna include a trench jacket. I know, you guys are probably like, a trench jacket is not warm enough for the winter, Vic. Like I said, I've tried this and it works, so please trust me on this. Just wait for it. This is another jacket that I have from Nasty Gal. It is this like burnt kind of sienna brown earthy color tone. I've been wanting a brown trench coat for the longest time ever, so I'm really happy I finally got this one. And this one, lo and behold, actually has a hood. I just got this recently, that's why the tag is still on it, but I've been low-key wearing it and I've completely forgotten to take off the tag, so don't tell anybody. I love this trench coat because it has a hood, and like I said, anytime I have a jacket that has a hood, even better for me, so I don't have to bring around an extra hat to risk losing it. Hood's not that thick though, but it's better than nothing. But on like those extra windy days, you want that extra layer of protection to block off any wind that's around so that your face doesn't get chilly. So yes, any hood is better than nothing. And this is actually a very, very thick trench coat. It's made super well. It has a lining on the inside. That is a key when it comes to trench coats for the winter. You don't want just like one of those basic trench coats. You want something with the lining that's inside. One of these like synthetic plasticky linings is actually great because it stops the wind from going straight through the material and onto your skin. So I love this one. It's kept me really warm so far in the winter. And yeah, I would recommend it. So here's how I would style a trench coat for the winter time to keep yourself nice and warm and also look really cute while you're doing it. I feel like a broken record now for saying this. We're going to do the base layers tank top. You guys have already seen this. And then you're going to have your beige turtleneck just because, I don't know, I feel like we've been wearing black way too much. You're not going to see the turtleneck anyways in this outfit, but pick whichever one you currently have available. I'm just going to go with the beige-ish white one. Over top, what I like to do now is I have this alpaca, actually no, I think this is like camel wool sweater, and it is a super duper oversized turtleneck. So look how long this is. It's like a tube. I flip it over so it creates just like this giant circle around my neck. It's not a cowl neck, it's this full-on turtleneck, and it's really thick. It's very long, oversized, and it actually comes down to almost like my knees, so it feels kind of like a dress, which is why you're gonna see next, you don't really need pants with this because the trench coat is gonna give you so much coverage from your shoulders all the way down to almost the floor. And with this being almost like a dress, you're gonna block off all the wind already. you're gonna have so much warmth that you don't really need pants. For the base layer, I'm just essentially going for my black leggings, keeping myself nice and cozy and warm and very simple. And then socks, we're going for these kind of like cabin socks. These are from Roots. I like them because they're a little bit thicker, they're a little bit looser, so they are really easy to pull over my leggings. I don't feel like it's too tight and too compressed around the calf area. And the reason I wore these thicker socks, which I would prefer over the fuzzy ones, just because I'm trying to create that like bubble of warmth, is because for this outfit, I'm actually pairing a pair of knee-high boots. These are some of my favorite ones from Aloha's that I currently have. I've been wearing these brown ones everywhere. And since we were going for like a really brown caramel vibe for this outfit, I felt like this would be perfect. Now, you'll notice that these calves are actually quite wide. So in the wintertime, sometimes, if it's really windy, it can get into the boots and make your calves feel really cold, which is why I gravitate to these cabin socks because, oh my God, I don't know what it's in them, but they're like magical. I camp in these, I go out in the winter in them, and they keep my feet so goddamn warm. So I always wear these because they go up quite high. They're gonna protect me almost like about up to here in the boots inside, and they're nice and cozy. So I never really feel cold when it comes to my feet come the winter time. So that is essentially how I would style a trench coat for the winter. And yes, like I said, make sure you're looking for a well-made design trench coat to keep yourself warm, because you don't have to only wear them for the fall and the spring. They can definitely be worn in the winter too, as long as you're layering properly and you know the right materials to pair together with it to keep yourself super duper warm. One thing I did want to note is that with this outfit, the material of this sweater is actually a little bit itchy, which is also why I picked to wear a turtleneck underneath, so this doesn't scratch at my neck when I'm wearing it. I'm not the type of person who has sensitive skin that itches quite a bit when I wear wools, but I know there are people out there who are really sensitive to it. So if you are having that issue where your skin gets really itchy when you're wearing scratchy wools like this, then I would just recommend wearing a really long sleeve base layer underneath so that your skin is not directly in contact with the wool and you can still wear it and still have the warmth and all like the amazing properties that wool has for you for the winter. Moving on to outfit number 4. This is probably one of my favorite ones out of everything that I've shown you guys so far, and I can't wait to show you because it includes a brand new addition that I have in my closet. I know, I said that we're gonna try to create these outfits without having to buy new things, but I just bought something new that I really want to wear with this. This is not intentionally purchased for this video. It was just purchased in general and I'm incorporating it into my video and I'm excited to share it. For this outfit, we're actually going to be creating an outfit for a more like executive looking pea coat. I know some of you guys are probably still going into office to work right now and you still want to get dressed up and to look chic. So here's how you can do it without making yourself look too frumpy, because when it comes to layering, sometimes it can come off a little bit frumpy. So I'm going to start off with this black double-breasted pea coat from Massimo Dutti that I got years ago. It has these buttons going down the front, and then it also has a belt that you can wrap and tie to kind of like seal the jacket and to make sure that it's not too loose and flailing around. This is like a very, very long coat. I like my jackets to be extra long because the more it can cover, the better. I stay warmer that way. First off, in the top, as always, base layer, tank top. We got that down pat already. Second, we're going to gravitate towards our black turtleneck because underneath is going to be, this is a whole black outfit look with a little statement piece to add on top. After that is wear one of these black knit sweaters, and this is kind of like a half zip. The knit is really thick. This is from Varley and it keeps me super warm. If I am hot, then I can unzip this and kind of like open it up, but otherwise I usually just leave it roughly around the collarbone area because I do have a turtleneck underneath already, so it's going to keep me very nice and warm. And then on the bottoms, as always, my leggings go on as a first layer, and then second, I like to wear my trousers. So as you guys know, I am a huge fan of trousers. These are the dark gray ones that I've been wearing for the past like I think 2-3 years from Zara. They're super comfortable, very spacious, and because they're loose fitting, it doesn't feel too constricting when I wear leggings underneath this. I was hoping for a full black outfit for this one, but I don't currently have a pair of black trousers. On my way to find a perfect pair, I know that Aritzia has like the effortless pants, which everybody is raving, but my size is always sold out, so I'm hoping I can find one of my size eventually so I can create like an all black outfit. But in the meantime, these dark gray Zara ones are my favorite. They're also of a wool material, so it does quite keep me warm because it is very insulating. And then the bottom of the pants here, the hem, is actually really wide, so I do wear a wider pair of boots. I'm going to show you which ones I like to wear now. So these are my Bottega Veneta lug boots, and you guys may have seen this quite a bit if you've been following me for a while. They're one of my more favorite winter boots, but they're not exactly the most practical because it is a very smooth, soft leather. So I try to avoid wearing these on days where it's really wet outside. I just wear them on the more drier winter days, and I actually really like that because they have such a thick sole that it kind of elevates me from the ground, which has a lot of ice and snow, so I'm not directly in contact with cold. It's actually a little bit better that way. And the only other problem that I have with these is that the calf area is really tight. So it's really slim here. So what I actually recommend is if you're gonna be wearing pants with these, wear looser ones that go over top, so you don't have to worry about tucking them in. And then I actually wear a pair of cashmere socks, because cashmere socks are gonna keep you really nice and warm and toasty, and they slip right in. It's like butter putting on these boots when it comes to my cashmere socks. So I put those on. They keep me warm all the way up to my knee. It's really easy to take these on and off, and it's not too tight or constricting on my legs. And yeah, these are one of my favorite pair of statement boots for the wintertime. Final touch to this outfit is this beautiful green scarf that I just recently picked up from the Essence end of year sale. This is by the brand AMI. I've been looking for this stunning green color everywhere. I think Mango had one a while ago, but I missed out on it, so it's unfortunate. I ended up getting this one on sale and I'm really happy. I think this one also is sold out now. I'll try to link it down below. If not, then I'll try to find some alternatives and also include them in the description box so you guys can shop it too. But this one actually also is of alpaca wool, I believe. So again, we're playing with all these different natural wools to keep you really warm and cozy. And this is an incredibly long scarf. So when you wrap it around yourself, you actually get quite a few wraps and it can get quite hot underneath there, which is why I love this scarf so freaking damn much. But yes, it's one of my favorites and I just style it together. And with this whole monochrome dark look, it really just pulls everything together and I'm a huge fan. Obviously, if you need more layers, you can throw on like a hat and mitts. I tend to typically reach for one of my knit mittens because I just like them. They're cozy, and just a simple hat to throw on top. But usually I find with this outfit and this scarf wrapped around so many times, I'm sweating buckets as it is already. So I don't really add anything extra. All right, so the very last outfit, outfit number 5 on how to dress chic but warm for the winter time. We are going to be playing with this more casual looking overcoat. So I did already show you that previous overcoat with like the shoulder lapels and it's like double breasted. This one, a little bit more casual. It's also oversized at the same time and it is kind of double breasted too. Not really though, because it doesn't go all the way down. It just has some buttons that are doubled, so it gives some overlap and warmth, I guess. And it's actually supposed to have a belt to go with this, but I took it off because I like to more wear this coat as like a draping one and kind of just like throw it out over top of my outfits, particularly outfits that are really bulky, because this jacket is quite big, so it allows me to wear some of my thicker sweaters underneath it, and I love it. Like I could throw this over this sweater right now and not feel too restrictive, which sometimes it happens when you're wearing pea coats or wool coats because there's no stretch, and then you just get that like really tight underneath the armpit area feeling, and it's not fun. But this one doesn't do that, which is why I really like it. So this beautiful gray one, super duper long. Again, I love all of my really long winter coats. And then underneath, as always, you're going to start off with your base layer, which is this tank top. And then on top of that, I like to throw my cream turtleneck because we're going to be creating a really cream light colored look here. And then over top of that, we're going to be wearing this crew neck sweater from Set Active. This is one of their older designs. It has one of their older logos on it, and on the interior it has this like really soft fuzzy material that keeps your skin really warm, but you already have a turtleneck underneath, so you don't really need that. I just want to mention it's a very thick material, so I like it. Now on the bottom, we're going to be wearing our leggings. As always, any color you want. You're not going to see leggings, so it doesn't really matter. And layered over top of that are the matching sweatpants to go along with that sweatshirt. These are a pair of elasticated ones that also have pockets. I don't really find myself using pockets when it comes to the winter since I have pockets in my jacket anyways. And then the cuff of the pants are also elasticated at the bottom here too. So we're not going to be wearing the Uggs with this one like we did with the other outfit where I wore the Macache sweatpants. We're actually going to be wearing the Bottega boots again. Because these boots are so slim on the profile up top here, when I put these pants on, I actually like to scrunch them up a little bit higher, so it looks kind of like that really tight cargo look at the bottom of your feet, and it just looks cute. That's just the way I like to style these boots. And again, with the cashmere socks, you can easily slide them on, and so they can keep your feet nice and warm when you're wearing this outfit. And then if you want to keep extra warm, because this jacket does not have a hood, you can obviously, as always, throw on mitts and a scarf and a hat too, just because it's lacking some extra warmth factors. But I kind of like just to leave it as is, because I find that with all the bulky layers going on already, I am actually quite warm and hot underneath. So that is essentially it for all of my outfits that I want to share with you guys, and all the tips and tricks on how to dress warm but to still stay chic in the winter here, especially if you're living somewhere which gets really cold like Canada does in the winter. It's kind of hard to get away from just like picking your favorite parka jacket and throwing it over sweats all the time. So if you do want to look cute when you go outside, these are some really easy outfits that you guys can recreate at your own leisure at home, probably with a bunch of things that you already have. And I tried to make sure that they were as comfy as possible too, because I know in the winter time you don't want to wear stuff that looks cute but is restrictive too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all those tips and tricks and the different outfits that I shared. If you also have any tips that you use to keep yourself warm in the winter, please drop them down below, because we do not gatekeep here. We like to share all the tips and life hacks so that we can all stay warm in the winter, because nobody should be cold in the wintertime. We should all deserve some warmth. Thank you again for coming to watch my video, guys. I appreciate the support so much. If you guys want to see more of me, you know where to find me on Instagram and on TikTok. I post on both of those platforms a little bit more frequently than here. But if you do want to see more of me on here, then make sure you are subscribed. That way I do pop up in your subscription box every week. I am trying to do 2 videos a week right now. I think we're staying on track with that so far, especially the newborn. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you. Love you. Bye.